My name is Terry Bonin, and I am a wife and a mommy. Been married 32 years, have 11 kids, and I am passionate about health and wellness because when you don't have your health, all of a sudden you become passionate about it, because what is life if you don't have health, right? And I have been there before. And I wrote this brain class upon request, and I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know. This sounds really, really complicated. But I wanted to do it because my mother-in-law died of dementia, and my grandmother died of Alzheimer's, and my husband at one point in our marriage suffered greatly with depression. And so we have been touched with some brain issues that were pretty stinky and really affected our lives. So I took a deep dive into this, and hopefully y'all will take some things away that you can use. I know I've learned a lot, and I'm already implementing all this stuff. So let's start. Grab your pens or whatever you're going to write on, because there's going to be a lot of information and you're going to want it. So here we go. What is the brain? The brain controls speech, movement, thoughts, and motor skills. It regulates the function of many organs. When a problem occurs, the results can be devastating. Everyone probably on this call has seen someone with a brain injury. The brain is a muscle, and it needs nutritional support, it needs exercise, and it needs protection. It needs fats, sugars, vitamins, antioxidants, fibers, aerobic activity, and a helmet, for Pete's sake. Let's wear a helmet. Okay, so what can go wrong? So many things can go wrong, but it's okay, because we're going to talk about how to fix these things. Exposure to damaging toxins, chemicals, and radiation can lead to disease in the brain. Cause disease. With increase of EMF, cell phones, etc., we are seeing so many people with brain tumors. It's not right how many people that I'm seeing personally develop brain tumors. A diet high in sugar can cause brain issues and can make your brain go crazy. You can develop hypoglycemia. You can get split personality. Lack of exercise will also affect memory, focus, mood, and the ability to shut off the brain and sleep. Have you ever felt dull, like you can't remember names, you're just not creative, you're just blah? Have you ever? And then you went on a walk and you got your blood pumping through your brain, and what happens? All of a sudden you're getting ideas, and you remember that person's name, and you feel better, and you return home a different person than you left the house. So your brain needs exercise, because that affects memory, focus, mood, and all of that. Lack of the right vitamins will affect your memory, focus, mood, and sleep. Also, your brain needs certain nutrients. Okay, so how can we best support the brain? First, we're going to rid the environment of toxic offenders. I always start here with health. Let's get rid of household cleaners, plugins, and fragrance that are just toxic. Household cleaners that you use to clean the counters and the bathrooms and floors, and where you're walking on with your bare feet and touching with your hands, lotions, shampoos, those types of things. If they have toxic chemicals, which if you're buying them at the grocery store, they do, then it's affecting your overall health, which in turn affects your brain. Your skin, being the largest organ of the body, does absorb everything that it touches. So you want to, first of all, evaluate the toxic offenders that you're letting into your life. You're the gatekeeper. You're the one buying the products. So if you're here wanting to focus on your brain, I want you to consider that tonight. Okay, back to exercise. I love what Dr. Purser studied. Dr. Dan Purser said that exercising 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week, will lower your risk of dementia by 90%. Can you believe that? 90%. Hello. Why aren't we all walking 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week? Okay. If we're not, then we're about to be, right? Okay. You want to eat a low sugar diet, eat nutrient dense foods with fibers, supplement. So that's an overview of some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight. I am going to be talking about supplements and foods that will support the brain, but I'm going to start with essential oils because essential oils play some of the biggest parts in supporting your brain. They clean the receptor sites of cells and they give your brain some of the things, that tools that they need to stay healthy. So before I jump into these essential oils, let's talk about what an essential oil is and how it works. An essential oil is super concentrated and it is the most powerful part of the plant. It is roots. It's distilled from roots, bushes, fruit, rinds, resin, and herbs and shrubs. So it's just about any part of the plant that is distilled gently. The distillation process is very particular and not just anyone can do it. When you pick the plant is important, and how long you distill it is important in order to release the organic compounds that are going to go into the body and make a difference. So I think it's kind of cool that essential oils are made from every part of the plant and they support every part of the body, every system of the body: skeletal, muscular, circulatory system, endocrine, hormones, respiratory, and of course the brain. So you're going to learn, we're focusing on the brain tonight, but I want you to know that in using oils in every area of your life, like switching out some of your toxic cleaners to clean with oils, that's going to support your brain and help your health in so many ways. So Young Living is set apart. I only ever talk about Young Living oils for a reason. They are the leading company in the world for a reason. Essential oils are not regulated. That means that any Joe Blow can grow a plant in his backyard, distill it on his stovetop, put synthetic odorless fillers in a bottle and put 100% organic on the bottle and sell it as essential oil. So that's not going to help anybody. And we know that Young Living has a product that works and that's pure because of their seed to seal. So if you're not familiar with Young Living seed to seal, go to seedtoseal.com and get familiar with it, and you will never order another oil. Okay. Oops. Sorry. You need to look at that. Okay, so that is what essential oils are. So let's talk about the top 3 essential oils that I've chosen for the brain tonight. Thyme oil. Clinical studies have tested the essential oil thyme and its ability to preserve DHA levels in animal subjects. Feeding these animals a dose of thyme over the 28-month span of the animal's life. So these animals only live 28 months, achieved stunning results. The thyme oil slowed the age-related degeneration in the brain. An analysis of the brain after the animals died showed that the brain was the same as a 7-month-old. So in human terms, it would be the same as an 80-year-old person's brain having the same brain chemistry of a 20-year-old. That is pretty astounding. So that's thyme oil. It slows the degeneration of the brain. You can take it in a capsule or rub it on the nape of your neck, on your upper spine, on the brain stem. That's what we do in our home. And I diffuse it. You can get thyme, you can buy thyme just plain, or you can also get it in longevity or inner defense. Supplements with the thyme oil also showed to slow the rate at which the brain ages. So start that one now. Okay, so clove oil. Clove has similar results as thyme in slowing down aging, but this one also protected the cellular DNA from damage that can lead to tumor growth. So you can buy clove plain, or you can get it in Thieves, Longevity, Inner Defense, or MU Power. Those blends also have clove in it. Put it on the nape of your neck, diffuse it, take it internally. Rosemary, that's the one I'm using right now in my diffuser and on my skin. We use this one every day as a family. Rosemary is great for Alzheimer's patients. because it eases anxiety and amplifies mental clarity. So diffuse it, diffuse it, diffuse it. It also protects your cells from EMF damage. So we're all around Wi-Fi and 4G, 5G, and all that. So rosemary is a must. Peppermint, which I didn't list here, it's been helpful in protecting the brain against toxins. So you know how you'll put peppermint on the roof of your mouth, or you'll smell it, or you just get peppermint somewhere around here. It just cleans out the sinuses, put it on your head. It just cleans out those toxins. So put it on your tongue, press it to the roof of your mouth, diffuse it. Just use your peppermint to help clean out your brain. There are more oils that support and help the brain. I only chose a few tonight because we don't want to be here all night, right? If you want to deep dive into more oils, use your essential oils desk reference for that. Okay, moving on to Thieves mouthwash, which is essential oil infused with clove, rosemary, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and lemon, all of which help support the brain. In fact, good oral hygiene is a great way to support your brain. Oral hygiene is directly tied to brain health. If you have a trash mouth, chances are you have a foggy brain. So make sure, what is a trash mouth? It's a mouth full of bacteria. It's poor oral hygiene. This is easy to take care of. It's okay if you don't like to floss. My husband's probably going, don't say that. Use Thieves mouthwash. It's so good. And you can drink it. It has colloidal silver in it. So it has these brain supporting oils. It's going to keep your gums clean, which is going to help support your brain. And it will keep you from getting foggy. So another thing is it doesn't have fluoride in it. If fluoride hardens, supposed to harden your teeth, what else do you think that it hardens? Do you think it's isolating to your teeth? No, it's not. It's hardening your brain too. So use Thieves toothpaste. It's our favorite. Okay, moving on to a different oil. Vetiver. Vetiver is for behavior. Now, vetiver is great for when a person has a brain that has compulsive behavior or an overactive brain. So vetiver calms the central nervous system. It's great for people, adults or children who have ADHD or behavioral challenges. It helps them to cope with anxiety or emotional trauma. It just helps with overstimulation in the brain. It returns the body back to homeostasis or calmness. So vetiver is one that I swipe across my nose before I go to sleep, and it hits my brain and it calms all my thoughts down that are keeping me awake. You know how, like, if you can't shut your brain off, you're not going to be able to go to sleep. Vetiver is my sleepy time coma oil that calms my brain down. So I think everybody needs that one. Okay, if you want to stimulate your brain, so vetiver is going to calm it. If you want to stimulate it, use black pepper oil, grapefruit, sage, or fennel. Those have all been found to stimulate the brain. So if you have somebody who's dull, they can't focus, they can't look at you, maybe it's extreme, use those. The most powerful blend that Young Living has to stimulate the brain is Brain Power. It's an essential oil blend. So I have so many testimonies around Brain Power. There's a 3-year-old autistic child who spoke for the first time after having Brain Power put on his brainstem for 3 days. After 3 days, Brain Power in the brainstem, and the child spoke for the first time. A stroke patient, a grandmother, spoke after having Brain Power applied to her brainstem several times. So could she speak completely clear like she could before the stroke? No, but she could speak and she wasn't speaking. That's kind of cool. Okay, once again, these oils that I'm talking about, if you see vetiver sitting on this grocery store shelf, I just can't reiterate it enough. I'm going to keep coming back around to it. You're not going to get the same results. And so if you talk to your friends about this, make sure that they know that these studies are done on Young Living oils, and Young Living oils are pure and they're not going to hurt you. They don't have synthetic odorless fillers, and you can trust this company. So we can't just, it's not dollar for dollar. Have you ever seen a bottle of frankincense for $7? Okay, I have. It costs more than that to distill it. So yeah, it's a red flag if it's super cheap. So I love this example. You cannot have quality without cost. The two go hand in hand. Irradiated, mechanically separated rib meat is not the same as pasteurized, grass-fed organic beef. I'm sorry, pasture-raised. Pasteurized. You get what you pay for. So we understand in every other industry, but so many people don't understand that in aromatherapy, but it does matter. Trust me, I've tried. Okay, let's move on to some essential oil infused supplements that are very powerful. MindWise just speaks for itself with its name. You know what it's for. It supports both the brain and the cardiovascular system. It contains vitamin D, a proprietary memory blend, CoQ10, and essential oils. So D, the reason it has D is because D is responsible for a lot of functions. But right now, we're going to talk about the sugar metabolism. Without adequate D, a person cannot process sugar in the body. And that can lead to type 3 diabetes or dementia. We believe my mother-in-law died of type 3 diabetes or sugar-induced dementia. It's a real thing, and you must be able to metabolize sugar. And that's why I say eat a diet low in sugar. Okay, not to mention every single person who has died of cancer has been found to have low or no vitamin D. So you want to make sure that you have enough vitamin D. Okay. It has CoQ10, which helps with a healthy heart, healthy brain. Also improves the survival rate of those with stage 4 cancer. There are countless testimonies of people who say, friends of mine even, who say that they have a distinct ability to remember things they could not remember before they started MindWise. So MindWise was created for your memory to be able to recall those little words that slip from us. So my daughter, who's 7, my youngest, I scanned her with Zytoscan and she scanned for MindWise, which totally makes sense now because we've done genetic testing on her, and just some of the things in her gene profile said that she needed some extra support. So I gave her MindWise. This is what it looks like in a packet. You can get it in a big bottle or a packet and do this. And at first she was like, yeah, she didn't like the way it tasted. I mean, it has CoQ10 and, it has a proprietary memory blend, but she drank it. Well, later that day she came, the first time she had it, she came and she said, that nasty drink that you gave me earlier? I like the way it made me feel. Can I have another one? And I thought that was kind of cool, because how often is a 7-year-old going to ask for a supplement that tastes bad? She clearly wasn't coming back for the taste. She was coming back for how it made her feel. We're struggling in some areas like reading and, and she noticed a difference. So anyway, MindWise is a powerhouse. Okay, the next one is Omega-Jize. It's full of essential fatty acids, which the brain and heart need. Omega-Jize has also CoQ10, vitamin D, E, and omegas 3 and 6. Omegas keep the blood vessels fluid and clear of blockages, which will help prevent strokes in the brain. So it's for brain function, skin health, hair health, metabolism. It supports joint health, eye health. The fish oil in the supplement is harvested from cold water fish, such as anchovy and mackerel and sardines. You can't eat enough fish to get the number of omegas that you need. So omegas absolutely have to be supplemented unless you live on the water and all you do is eat fish. But I don't think that's the case for any of us. It's infused with essential oils, German chamomile, clove, and spearmint. So there's clove again. Okay. Essential oils deliver the supplement to the cell and help you to absorb them 80% more than without them. So CoQ10 helps with chronic heart failure, reduces migraines, and helps children with autism. So it improves the survival rate for those with end-stage cancer. When everything is covered in these important fatty acids, the organs work better together. So it's a must. And did you know that 90% of Americans are deficient in omega-3? So if 90% of Americans are deficient in omega-3, I bet that every single one of us needs to supplement it. And it's shown that those who eat more fish have a slower decline in the brain aging. So like I said, eat fish, but you're not gonna be able to eat enough, so just supplement it. Eat fish too, though. Okay, so the next one is Ningxia, which is made from this wolfberry. Ningxia is an antioxidant supplement. It has the highest known protection against the dangerous superoxide free radicals, which cause cancer. Antioxidants fight these free radicals that wreak havoc on the body. Ningxia wipes the cell doors clean, like, okay? Because if your cells have a film around them, if your cells are cloudy, your cells can't speak to each other, and your organs are not going to be sharp and fast and function well. You're going to be lethargic and slow, and that will include your brain, your thoughts, your recall. You want to keep the cells clean, the cell wall clean, and that's what Ningxia does. Okay, let's see. It has every amino acid you need in a span of 24 hours. And on the ORAC scale, Ningxia is 27,300. And the closest one behind it is vitamin E, which falls between 800 and 1200. The ORAC stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity. So it's the highest that can be found. When you hear about antioxidants, you're not going to find one higher. The Ningxia drink has 13% protein, which has the highest protein count of any fruit, and 20% fiber, which we just need in our bodies. So it supports healthy brain, digestive, and cardiovascular health. And it supports the pancreas. People with diabetes need Ningxia Red, especially knowing now that there's type 1, type 2, and type 3, which is dementia. So if you have any type of diabetes, just go ahead and get your Ningxia. Okay. Oops, not yet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, brain foods to eat. Clinical studies on Ningxia have shown that the wolfberry has an anti-senility, senile, the word senile. I can't say the word. Probably because of the high antioxidant count in the wolfberry, and possibly because it balances blood sugar, but it does have an anti-senility, which is anti-dementia. Scientists are creating a variety of crops to grow faster foods, okay, and to resist bugs. So plants don't have the same time, the time that they need to absorb nutrients, and the soil has lost its vitamins and minerals, and it cannot be replaced because these genetically modified foods and crops that are being grown. So this is crazy, but a study showed that in order for us to get the same nutrients that our grandparents got from the food, we would have to eat 30% more food. I mean, like, who's got time for that, right? Being malnourished will cause a person to overeat. If your cells are crying out for certain vitamins and minerals, you're going to, eat even when your stomach is full. So eat nutrient-dense food. The wolfberry is it's a nutrient-dense food. So if you're looking for a nutrient-dense snack, I love the wolfberries, and I keep them in our pantry, and we snack on them. They're slightly sweet and chewy, and so I feel we eat less when we're eating nutrient-dense food. Not like that. Okay, other foods that you can eat that are high in antioxidants that will support your brain are chocolates, dark chocolate. Young Living sells dark chocolate. You can get dark organic chocolate at just about any grocery store. Blueberries. If you're local to me, there's two huge blueberry farms right around the corner from me. raw walnuts, raw almonds, and chia seeds, avocados, cashews. You want 1 almond for every 10 pounds body weight. So soak your almonds overnight to get the most nutrients out of them. Eat raw pecans, cashews, flax seeds, wild game, pumpkin, fatty fish, fruits, beans, starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes, squash. So yeah, there's a lot of foods that we can eat to support our brain that is, I think, are yummy. Half of the glucose, sugar glucose in your body is used by the brain. So if you're not getting the right kind of glucose, your brain is not going to have the energy that it needs. So you are eating healthy glucose for thinking, memory, and learning. Don't be afraid of healthy glucose. Okay, moving on. So why is natural health so important? Why are we like all about the lifestyle? We can't just isolate and take a pill or take an oil to fix one problem if we don't. It's got to be a lifestyle. It's got to be the way you live. Western medicine says you got a problem, here's a pill. You got a problem, here's pharmaceutical. But that's not the way God made our bodies. Our bodies were made for wellness, but it's got to be a lifestyle. The number 1, 2 cause of death in America is cancer. And yet only 5% of cancer is caused by genes. So that means that 95% of cancer is directly related to environmental factors. Cancer cost us, the United States, let's see, cancer costs were at least $158 billion in 2020. That is a money-making industry. And if only 5% of it is genetic, take control of your health. Okay, around 50 million people have dementia, and there are around 10 million new cases every year. Dementia is not a normal part of aging. It is not. It is a syndrome that can be avoided with proper steps. So don't be afraid of it. $818 billion per year are spent in the healthcare system on dementia. That is a lot of money. Okay, so research shows that chemicals in our homes and cosmetics are causing cancer. That's a whole nother class, but just trust me on it. If you haven't cleaned out the fragrance and the toxins in and under your cabinet, do it for your total body health. If you're here wanting a healthy brain, I want you to take all of these lifestyle steps with food and environmental toxins. The average woman puts 300 chemicals a day on her body through perfume, shampoo, and conditioner. Shampoo, conditioner, lotion, and makeup. In fact, the most dangerous chemical in the home, does anybody want to throw it in the chat box? I bet you know. My Young Living peeps are on here. It's laundry detergent. The laundry detergent residue remains on your clothes and it's absorbed into your skin all day, causing hormonal imbalances. When your hormones are off, what's off? They're thinking, the way you feel, the way you process. Air fresheners, plug-ins, and candles are also pretty toxic and actually worse than smoking. It not only harms your lungs, but it's also putting chemicals into the air that affect your hormones also, which affect your brains. Oops, let me move this up. Beauty supplies, products, we can take control of that, and that's an easy step. So don't take my word for it. I want you to do your own research and make some switches. I think probably most of y'all in here already have Young Living accounts. And the thing I love about Young Living is that they make it easy for us to make wise lifestyle choices to become totally healthy. So just switch some things out tonight. Okay, what happens if you are chemically overloaded? For some people, it's catastrophic, like cancer or disease. But most people just struggle with energy levels, migraines, eczema, anxiety and depression, just anxiety and depression, fertility issues, inflammation, and hormones. You don't have to though, okay? You don't have to, because Young Living they do have clean products for every area of our home. You don't have to live in dread of what's to come, and you can take control of your health without having to overthink it or shop from 10 different stores, or necessarily do a ton of research. Fact check me that what I'm saying is true about toxic overload and how it is affecting you. Everything that you buy and everything that you put on your body and everything that you put in your mouth is affecting your total health and is affecting your brain. You don't have to be afraid. I'm just here to tell you tonight that I see my friend on the call. We were walking last night and she said, I have been here before. She was like, yes, I'm afraid of brain disease because we see it so often, but I just want y'all to know that you can take control of your health and you don't have to be afraid. So if you can get tested for what, you can look at your genes, you can get a gene test to know what you're prone to. You can know if you have genes that are prone to dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that. And you can change your gene expression. That is the beautiful thing about oils and lifestyle choices and changing out products. You can change the direction your body is headed in. It's been proven over and over and over and over. So I know a lot of doctors in the area that do gene tests. My husband does gene tests. If you're interested in that, I'll send you a message of some doctors. But anyway, so that is the information I have. I'm going to send y'all the notes in an email. Everybody who registered for this class tonight, you're going to get an email with a list of the products that I recommended. You are worth it. I'm glad that you hopped on tonight because you're worth the investment in yourself. I see so many people who they want to be healthy, and I go over to their house and they have so many toxic offenders that they don't realize are hurting themselves. It's like hitting your thumb with a hammer over and over and over and putting a Band-Aid on it with an oil. This oil is going to help your thumb, but you've got to stop hitting it with the hammer. Okay. So these products work, and they're going to work better when you get the toxins out of your